Hey, happy Saturday. Man, good Saturday. How's it going? Oh, my LOL is showing up. Rookie hour. Come on, rookie hour. You think I've done this before? Let me get back to where I can hide that message. It's somewhere there. Hey, happy Saturday. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in this Saturday. I know that you probably have lots to do considering it's summer, so I appreciate you tuning in. If you're new to the stream, it's pretty laid back. So a couple of ground rules. We just talk about whatever we're working on. It's been the same thing for a while, but it's always new content. So if you're working on something, hey, Crack Kitty, dude, thank you so much. Thank you, man. I'll definitely get into subs and stuff. Crack Kitty, dude, 5 tier 1 subs. All right, call it out real quick. Man, Alfie Tross, Dumpster Diner, Nusagi employee, Rich Otify, Wakwasha, enjoy your gifted sub from Crack Kitty. I'll call him out because things are rolling in. Xavius, dude, thanks for the 200 bits. Thank you. Chubakawa, hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Has resub Prime 10 months, 4 month streak. Thank you so much, BC Geek. Thank you for the bits. Appreciate it. Thank you, man. Dude, Salvarius. Oh my gosh, you guys. Salvarius gifted 10 tier 1 gifted subs. Wow, geez, thank you so much. So Bluefire, Mega Shiny. How's it going, Mega Shiny? John Doe Norris, Mr. Woot, Cyber Sandwich, Andrew V-Dub, Lidinox, Mongstad, Exothoric, and Secret Admin, I think that is. Secret, that's a tough one. Enjoy your gifted sub from Salvarius. Whoa, light mode. Light mode's working. Got my lights. I did check my lights. Cannot guarantee they will stay up because that bot's busy right now. It'll stay up. It's all good. And Pizza Geek, 100 bits again and 100 bits again. Dude, thank you so much. You guys do so much already, so thank you. Thank you. It's too much. Dude, Xavius. 420 bits. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Speaking of 420, someone in a comment yesterday, it was one of the first times I actually was like, what? Or kind of laughed out loud. Not one of the first times, but it got me laughing. Someone said in a YouTube comment the other day, hi, thanks. You've taught me so much, but you always look fried. I was like, does he mean like fried, like 420 fried, or does he mean like frazzled fried? Because it's probably a little bit of both, but my eyes are probably usually red too. I have very dry eyes, and that's why you usually see me putting in eye drops right before the stream. Anyways, that reminded me of 420 when some guy said, I always look fried in every video. I'll try not to look fried. Let's go backwards in the events though, because I already called all those out. So let's see, right before Crack Kitty, Ms. Simmons, has subscribed, Prime sub, thank you so much, and has followed right before that, fast sub right after. Salvarius resub, tier 1, 13 months, 10 month streak, let's go. William Pike Shao, I think that is, I apologize for the naming. Thank you for the follow. Sebzer, DF, Walrus Pug, Matt JG, FTC, Dustin. There were lots going on. Thank you guys all for the follow. Thank you so much. Now I need to get back to the top. All right, I'm good. Bot's still catching up. Link is pretty happy. He's holding up nothing. I should put something in his hand. Ooh, and C Diablo. That's a new one. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. Thank you so much. So, wow, what a crazy intro. So yeah, so happy Saturday. If you're new to the stream, welcome. It's pretty laid back, but a little, I think, more energy than I think I usually have on YouTube. That's what people say, but this is just me. This is me. If you're ever in a Zoom call with me and they let me talk, this is how I am. So our stand-up is kind of like this too. So anyways, thanks for joining. If you have something you want to share, something you're interested in, or just something you're stuck on or need help with or need some ideas, throw it in the chat. I'd love to hear it. PC Geek. Okay, it is getting caught up. I think it's getting caught up. It is. We're on 100. There might be another 100 then after this. If it is, I know where we are. And there we go. I know where we're at. But I appreciate you being here. Sorry, I'm fried right now because I'm trying to get caught up with everything. Weather here, I skipped weather last week when I was editing the stream for my other channel. I was like, oh, I totally forgot weather. But anyways, weather here in Minneapolis representing today, is warm. Feels like summer. I mean, it's like 80 and humid out. I have the air conditioning on and I'm not going outside. Maybe tomorrow, though, because I got to finish up our yard extravaganza stuff with my wife tomorrow. A bunch of mulch and trying to fix our raised garden. The squirrels tore it up already. What a waste. We didn't plan for squirrels. Xavier's D, 100 bits. Oh, no. Dude, is that 1,001 bits? Oh, my gosh, dude. I think that is yeah, my eyes are deceiving me. Dude, thank you so much. Thank you, Xavier. How's it going, man? Hope the rack's okay. I'm sure it is. This guy's like killing it with his racks. There it is. Jeez. You saw my Aqua Mega Man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, man. And so anyway, so weather's good. Weather's gonna be kind of rainy, kind of warm, going back and forth. So it's feeling like summer. It's getting there. And then yeah, so I usually then just talk about what I've been working on, so I just don't babble about it the whole time, because this is more about you all than me. I launched a video this week. It's called 100 Days of HomeLab. It's this challenge. You know, I've been tinkering on this idea for the last probably, I'd say 6 months, of what I was gonna do for my 100K sub celebration video. And I was thinking, like, you know, I could do something cool, something with 100,000, and then I started thinking, I've always been noodling on this idea of like having a challenge that's really focused on things that are related to HomeLab. Developers have had a challenge for a long time. It's the 100 Days of Code challenge. I mean, you've probably seen it on Twitter. It like pops up in my feed every now and then, which is a great initiative. It's, hey, you might not know code now, but in 100 days, you're gonna know how to program something. And I thought, like, hey, that's we could do something for people that are in the HomeLab community, because there is a lot of stuff to learn. There's a lot of change going on right now with either people shifting to the cloud or back from the cloud or hybrid cloud or going to Kubernetes or not doing Kubernetes or doing whatever. And I just kept thinking, like, I have this idea, but it was not fully baked. This was an idea that I honestly thought about for 6 months, and I was like, how can I do this? How can I do this? And I thought, you know what? Being the procrastinator I am, I'll do it at my 100K video, because that gives me time. And then that gives me, you know, the 100 and 100. I thought, well, why not? I'll give back. So I kicked it down the road, basically procrastinating for a while on it. And then all of a sudden my subs started accelerating and people were helping out. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got to get this video done. Anyways, fast forward to just a couple of weeks ago, I thought, you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to ask all these YouTubers that I've been watching for years if they want to join in on this. They didn't know the full idea. I kind of told them the background. I said, hey, this is, you know, I want to do a 100K sub celebration video, but the video really isn't about like me hitting 100K subs. The video is more about, you know, getting people inspired to do more in the HomeLab, you know, ecosystem in this community. And they were all on board right away. I was like, this is fantastic. Like, I've never said a word to most of these people, and they were on board right away. When do you need it? And I was like, awesome. I expected a few, like, who are you again? And, you know, those type of comments. It was nothing like that. Nothing right away. They said yes, and I was like, this is amazing. And it was very surreal when I started getting all the videos, and I even had a call with a couple of them and talked to them live. And it's like, I'm hearing, you know, Tom Lawrence's voice or Jay or anyone's voice on this call, and I'm like, this is so weird. Like, I've heard your guys' voices for years, and now I'm like talking to you, but it feels like I'm watching a video, but it's not. It's live, Anyways, they got them to me, and hopefully they're okay with my oversaturation, my vignette on everything, my jump cuts, and all the stuff that I do, because they just gave me a raw video. Some people edited them for me, but most of them just said, use what you need, take it, it's yours. And I was like, man, this is fantastic. So anyways, long story short, I wanted to start something that could bring more people together into this community, because like I said, developers have had this, you know, 100 Days of Code challenge for a long time. Arguably, a lot of infrastructure is moving to code, but at the same time, there's a lot that's not, and there's a lot that still can be learned. And even if infrastructure is code, it's more so related to HomeLab than it is to, you know, software development. I mean, arguably, you know, writing a ton of YAML, although is code, isn't, you know, a programming language. So I wanted to kind of, again, get people together and try something and encourage people along the way. Anyways, I know not everybody likes to share stuff on social media. Totally cool. I think iLoot and the mods, PC Geek, And Manny had an idea this morning, like, we'll create a channel in Discord. If you're not comfortable sharing on socials, we'll create a channel just for that you could share that stuff in there too. You could share it anywhere you want. So we're gonna do that. So I'm just like, I don't know. Good morning for me. Good morning. You know, it's been pretty incredible. Anyway, so I'm gonna stop babbling, but I just wanted to just recap on this week. It's been crazy, and so if I've been a little MIA in Discord like the last 3 days, it's because of this video. I've been editing so much. I just wanted to get things right, and I tried a whole bunch of stuff I never did before, and hopefully it turned out okay. I will say though, oh my gosh, last night, because this video, I don't want to go into it too much, but this video like gave me so much troubles, especially for Veronica. Something about the bitrate, it kept like putting artifacts and like and pixelation like everywhere, and I was like, no, this cannot happen. No, this cannot happen. I rendered the thing like 4 times, and of course, Adobe is just being painful. My video card is resetting, and I'm getting hard locked, and oh my gosh, finally, the very last render, it worked. And something, I don't know. So I got to figure it out. Something's wrong with my computer because the renders were taking 3 hours, and that is not how long it should take. I think it's because of some of the templates I used. Long story short, it turned out okay, so everything's good. So you guys don't need to know all that. Anyways, let's talk about you. Let's talk about you. If you guys got something you're working on, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's chat about it. I'm just gonna go top to bottom. We'll go through every one that I possibly can, and then I will hop in. What we usually do is just kind of started. You guys had this idea that there's a little after party in Discord afterwards in the voice channel, so we'll hop in there afterwards and just chat. I will say though that I do have to cut that one short only because my wife wants to take me out to celebrate our 100K. I should, yeah, absolutely. It is our 100K celebration. She's been doing a lot while I've been doing very little around here because I've been so busy. So she's done so much. It's incredible. So it's her her celebration as much as it is mine, because without her I wouldn't have been able to do anything around on YouTube. So. Anyways, we're gonna actually have dinner because I was like, I can't do it, when it happened on Thursday. I can't do it Friday. I can't do it, Saturday morning. So we're gonna do it tonight. Saturday's usually like my kind of just rest day after this, and so I'm gonna do just that. Anyways, let's get into stuff. Who was here first? I know who was here first. I'll scroll up to make it prove, but it was Ilude. Ilude was here first. No one shall beat me today. That is true, because he did it an hour early, 45 minutes early. That's okay. It's okay if you're not first. I'm never first on our stand-up recap. I'm always last, and I think the only time I can beat everyone else is if I do it at midnight. And one day I'm going to do it at 12 o'clock, so no one could ever beat me for that day ever again. That's my plan. Okay, Crack Kitty, second, I assume Mafin or Muffin's been here already. I haven't seen him yet. Piece of Geek, how's it going? Good to see you. Piece of Geek, yeah, I definitely do. I see your comment here. Get an editor for my Twitch page so they can upload emotes for you. Yeah, I should. I definitely should. I've been slacking on that. I've been going all in with emojis in Discord. I need to get some more emotes here. Excuse me, Razorpunk, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. Or I just do it. Yeah, for sure, man. The hard part for me is actually getting, to do an animated emote. You have awesome ones, so I might ask you if you could lend me a hand and see how you did that. Crack Kitty, so can I get credit for the 100 Days of HomeLab since I spent almost the last 300 days working on my HomeLab? Yeah. No credits. That currency didn't exist until this morning. So no, I'm kidding. If you want to do that, absolutely go for it. I still say you should go for it, man, because you've grown a ton. Our head of VLANs right here, Crack Kitty himself. Matt JGH, Tim, hey, how's it going? Crack Kitty is following up with a banana. Yeah, it's our test. That's my test command to make sure the channel is working. Takano, congrats on 100K. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. To be honest, I debated actually doing this one on YouTube. I kind of feel like I should have, but if and when I get my play button, I'll definitely do that on YouTube for sure. Let's see. Jay's Ms. Simmons. I'm going with J. Ms. Simmons. I wish I had some extra cash to splurge on the pass-through patch panel. Yeah, It's yeah, so it's 50 US bucks, 50 US dollars. It's you know, little I think in Minnesota they say spendy. I usually say pricey. But yeah, it's a little bit more, but you get a ton of flexibility out of it, and you don't have to crimp a ton of cables. I'm terrible at crimping cables, but yeah, there's that. I'm going with Schwa. HomeLab. What else? You're working on HomeLab. What else? Yeah, I totally agree. Me too. I'm thinking of these tweets that I have, and I'm like, this is gonna seem like just a mental, dump of everything that I'm working on. I'm gonna try to keep them focused on what I am actually working on for the day. I do have plans, but my plans are always kind of weird. Hopefully, your plans are a little focused than mine, because mine's a little bit of maintenance of getting things to be up, just regular maintenance type stuff and availability type stuff. And then there's content I'm going to work on, which do I tweet about that? I don't know. I'll figure it out. And I don't want to say just tweets. Any social is fine. And if you don't want to do social, hop in our Discord and we'll have a channel here. I'll do it live in the after party right afterwards. Mongstad, 100K team, congrats. Yeah, thank you so much. I literally just installing the WordPress Docker stack. All right, Matt. All right. Awesome. It's I run the same thing. I do have a WordPress blog. Run the same thing. It runs great. If you're thinking, I should say, let me back up. So my one word of advice, if you're gonna do this, and you're gonna use a single machine, totally fine. But in your Docker stack, how you can define all your services. One of those is MySQL or MariaDB. If you think you're going to use MariaDB in the future, or MySQL, whatever version of database you're using for your backend for WordPress, I'd recommend spinning that up by itself. And I'm not saying it has to be on a virtual machine, but just another container by itself, so that other services you spin up in the future can take advantage of that. Not that they can't, in a single stack, but it's a little bit easier when you dedicate it to its own stack and expose those ports, or either that or do it through Docker networking and let all of your containers communicate with that database, the ones that need database access. If you want to scale in the future, it makes it so much easier, because if not, you're going to have to figure that out later on. If you spin up another service that needs database access, whether it be Postgres or MariaDB or whatever, you're going to end up doing this work now. So if you do it now, it makes it easier in the future. It makes backups a little bit easier too. So anyways, but awesome. Congratulations. Good luck on your WordPress blog for sure. Let's see. Techno, setting up ABSD receiver to feed ads exchange. ADBS. I don't know ADBS exchange, but I'm going to say it. Potentially getting another domain to host all my self-hosted stuff and setting up LinkedIn. All right, man. That's good. Yeah, it's a good move. It's a good move. Connect with people on LinkedIn too, because their algorithm is pretty. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't want to say better than Twitter's, but you get discovered on LinkedIn pretty fast as soon as you start connecting with people. PC Geek, hopefully moving some services to Kubernetes. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I know we've been talking about it. I think you're getting, you got your K3S cluster up and going. I think you're getting Rancher going. You got traffic going. You got Cert Manager going. I think your storage, or you're still figuring storage out, but that's awesome. Moving your services to Kubernetes, pretty awesome. Salverius, damn it, Tim, how can I get the kitchen sink plumbing fixed if you're streaming? You can turn it on, audio only. No, work on the kitchen sink. It's a little bit more important than my stream, but thank you. Thank you for sure, because you need water. Elion Renegade spent most of the day yesterday learning to set up a K3S cluster from scratch. All right, congratulations, awesome. It's tough. I'm not gonna lie, it's tough. You need a couple of load balancers, and then you need one more. You can never have enough load balancers. But when it comes to cloud native stuff, they wanna, especially Kubernetes, it wants to have a load balancer to expose ports, but then it also needs a load balancer internally to communicate with the other nodes there. So. Lots to figure out. Sounds like you got it going, maybe. But if you need a hand, I've done that quite a bit. Let's see. PC Busy Geek, already have my CI/CD working, all locally signed certificates from my private root CA. Awesome. Another thing you can do in your lab is, spin up a private certificate server, a CA server, certificate authority, so you can issue certs, private certs, that hopefully your other devices trust. So that's awesome. CI/CD, huge fan. Once you get that going, then you're going to realize like how fast will you have it going. But if you're ever considering, building containers or deploying code or deploying anything, deploying infrastructure, as soon as you get your CI and CD pipeline going, then you'll realize like how fast it is. There's no more remoting in, applying YAML or, kube control, doing it from your desktop. It's commit the code, push it up and work on the next thing. And 2 minutes later, you're like, oh, sweet, that deployed. I'm already on to the next. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. It's automation, especially, DevOps in general is what really got me excited about writing code, because I'm like, cool, I can automate the rest. Lord Garden Gnome, just got a new SD card for my Raspberry Pi. Guess I got a bad one. Finally setting up Pi-hole. Awesome. It's too bad you got a bad one. I've been pretty fortunate with my SD cards. I know that people say, hey, they'll die and they have a limited life. The one where the party parrot is going back there, I've had that in there probably for 5 years. And it's pretty busy, because I have Node and all my code running on there, and it's converting images and doing all kinds of stuff. I guess most of it's in memory though, so I guess it's okay. So that dies, I got stuff to figure out. If that dies, I honestly think I'm gonna throw single node Kubernetes on that thing too, so I can just deploy code to it a lot easier than I have now. I think that's my path going forward. For the things that I have that are Docker only, just might do single node Kubernetes and manage them with Rancher, because then that way I can just manage things the same way all the time. But TBD. But I like that idea. ISO, how's it going, man? A year ago or so, when you had just around 45K subscribers, I think, it sounds about right, I asked you a question on which YouTuber you'd like to do a collab with if you could choose one. I remember, and I gave you a non-answer. Hopefully it was a good non-answer. I said all of them, I think. And you were kind of humble about it, and since you were just a little YouTuber then, but today you delivered what was awesome. Thank you. I didn't expect you to do a collab with everyone at once, though. I didn't either. Was great to see so many familiar faces show up to celebrate your achievement. Way to go, Tim. Thank you so much. I remember when you asked me, and I gave you what I thought was a non-answer, and I remember saying, like, I feel bad, like, asking people not to help me, but I don't want it ever to be perceived like I want something from them, or there's something to gain from them. And this is probably why you're saying it was humble, but it's true. I've always kind of felt odd about reaching out to people that, are more established than me. And I always thought, well, like, I'll figure it out myself, and then, whatever. But anyways, yeah, it was totally awesome. I hopefully too, like through that, you discovered some people maybe you haven't seen before, but I wanted to include, everyone who I've been watching over the last couple of years. And everyone who was in there responded and said yes. So it was awesome. I still can't believe it. Still can't believe I'm like editing their video that they sent me. I'm like, hope you like jump cuts and J cuts and L cuts and vignettes all over the place and oversaturate all the things. So hopefully you saw them in a little bit of different light too. I wonder if they were like, wow, this is not like when I edit, this is like when he edits, hopefully. But and put my little spin on it. Hey, mostly not. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. And Rahi, if I didn't call that one out, Rahi JHS, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Evening all. Chubby Panda, how's it going? Good evening. Chicano, what would be acceptable to put under skills on LinkedIn, since I don't have any official education on the stuff I do? What do you guys say it's still acceptable to list the stuff I'm comfortable working with in that category? Yeah. Dude, Black Bog on Networks. Thanks for the sub, resub Prime, 4 months. Thank you so much. And Roan Becker, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Takano, I would, it depends. Like I look at LinkedIn like a resume. So I would typically put down the skills either I'm comfortable talking about, I've even put down skills before that I want to get into, that I'm trying to break into. But you just have to make that really clear to someone hiring up front, like, hey, I have very little skill in this area, but it's my focus area moving forward. I'm doing this and that, you know, at home or on my own time to get there. But you know, this is my goal, to be, you know, in this area, or be, you know, area of expertise. You know, I would just put anything you're comfortable putting on your resume. But if someone does reach out and ask you, I mean, be upfront about it. Never portray yourself as like, you know, hey, I'm an expert in this subject and I've only done it at home a few times. You know, probably not the best use of your time or their time. But that's kind of what I go with. Is, you know, things I've done before, things I'm currently doing, or, you know, things I'm interested in that I'm still doing now, but I haven't done professionally. Totally fine. You need to get those keywords so you appear in people's searches. You know, and then it's up to the recruiter to determine if you meet the criteria they're looking for. You know, some people, yeah, are looking for people who are interested and, you know, and have the passion to learn. And sometimes people are looking for, you know, lower level people, like junior people who are trying to break in, for senior level people to be able to mentor and grow. So I would put it down, but just be upfront. Be upfront. Don't say like you're an expert in AI and machine learning and all this stuff just to get SEO, and then not, and then when they call you, not be able to speak to it at all. But anyways, I'll stop about that. I would say go for it, because, like, you know, it's your resume. You gotta put your best foot forward. Only if you know it. Alfie Dross, I'm reading off my bot command. This is why I need to get rid of them. Shake milk. Yeah, I did add a milkshake command, but you can see the bug in my code. I won't point it out totally, but yeah, I mapped it to the banana command. So now it's banana milkshake or milkshake banana, which sounds pretty good, actually. Pretty good. Alex, hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's see, Rune Becker, hello from South Africa. All right, how's it going? Thanks for being here from South Africa. Salvarius, friggin' streaming noob, totally. I pull a noob move, I think, like every other week, where I'm like, oh, this isn't working. I think because just doing stuff just in time, I feel like I can figure it out. But I think I'm at a point where I need a checklist, you know. Like my launch list, like these are the things I need to do before I launch, you know, like a flight checklist. Pro streamer, I wish. Still working on it. Xavier D, Mernin. Let's get this started off the correct way. Thank you so much for your support, man. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. Mernin. I remember when you said Mernin the first time, I thought it was a tech stack that I should be aware of, until I Googled it and saw the meme of the kid saying, Mernin. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like Mongo Express, React Native, and something else? Like, what else can be in this stack? Because there is a Mern stack, so I thought for sure, like, man, I'm behind on tech. Hey, dude, Alex, thank you so much for the sub, Prime sub, thank you so much. Damn, fast following the sub, thank you. Herpa Derpa Sour, thanks for the follow, appreciate it, welcome. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna look in Alfie Trust. Oh yeah, for sure. Crack Kitty, thanks for gifting those subs for sure. Salvators, congrats on the 100K. Thank you so much. PC Geek breaking the alerts. Yeah, the bot is hanging in there. I took the gloves off though. I think last week. Last week I had a problem with lights and 429s. I figured out what that was. Another rookie mistake. Anyways, but I figured out what that was, and then I realized I had a resource limitation on that Kubernetes deployment. I'm like, I'm not too worried that this bot is gonna take too many resources. So I took the gloves off and said, use as much CPU and RAM as you want. It's tiny anyways, but I was like, if something happens, oh well, I'll figure it out then. Mongstad, thanks, Salvarius. Yeah, thank you for the subs for sure. Let's see. Alfie Tross, are you working on anything fun with that Turing Pi? It's been, it's right here. I still have some things to figure out yet. So I'll talk about it. I did that video on the Turing Pi 2. Awesome device. I have it here. mine's a prototype board, so I need to get some additional hardware to be able to flash this thing to get it on the latest firmware that they're shipping out with the final device. So that kind of held me up a little bit, but then, you know, obviously I got to cycle in other content. But my plan is, I won't say exactly what my plan is, but I was hoping at some point that, that NVIDIA device would be able to do some encoding or transcoding with Plex. That chip is not on that device, so it's kind of unfortunate, so I have to shift gears. Anyways, I do have stuff planned. I'm probably going to do it a little bit closer to when people start getting these devices in their hands from their Kickstarter. But I do have plans. Yeah, absolutely. There's still a part 2 that's coming. But I'm going to shift gears on what I thought it was going to do to something that I think is pretty cool too. Super low power, kind of, you know, minimal services. Basically, the idea is, you know, could I run all of the services that I currently run in a low power scenario if the power goes out in my home type thing. So yeah, it's right here. It's awesome. Manny 3D printed a backplane for me, and it's ready to be racked. I just haven't racked it yet because I still need to do a big software piece and then write the content and then film it. Oh, life of a tech YouTuber. There's so much. Round Becker, thank you, Tadaz. Thanks for the Tadaz. Mafney, there he is. How's it going? Chubby Panda. My eyes. Yeah, when the light mode turns on, my eyes are like whoa too, because it's not only the screen that I'm looking at, it's everything in this whole entire room. Chubby Panda, thank you so much. The lights burn. I hear you. C Diablo, happy Saturday to you too. Thank you so much. Bloodlight, the little bastards even dig up the garlic. They do. Oh, squirrels. Oh, don't get me started on the squirrels. Yeah, they went crazy. And so my wife and I planted a raised bed, and we thought, hey, raised bed, this solves all problems. No, squirrels will find a way in to everything. And they did, and found their way into our broccoli and chewed it down to a nub. So we got to figure that out now. Keep squirrels out of these things. Squirrels in my neighborhood are pretty wild. They're pretty crazy. They actually chew holes in everyone's recycling bin and trash bin in the alley, so they can get in and out and eat trash. I'm not joking at all. I'm not joking. Everyone at work was like, no way, because I was like, the squirrels. There's a chicken place down the street. The squirrels go in the dumpster, grab chicken bones, and come back and eat them in their nest in my yard, and then drop them down, and then my dogs get them. And for a while, I thought people just throwing chicken bones in my yard, but nope, it's squirrels. They're like eating meat. And these squirrels are not only eating meat and chicken, they're chewing holes into our recycling bin, and they have a perfect hole to where they can go in, grab trash, and come back out. So anyways, we have some pretty rough squirrels on this side of town. I should share the photo one day. Maybe I'll throw it in Discord, because no one believes me at work. They're like, no way, they're not chewing holes in your trash cans and recycling bin. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna show you. Tom Slow, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. C-Core Bites, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. But yeah, one day. Xavier, send the rain to me, please. 115 temps are killing me. Yeah, it's that 115 is that's too much. We're actually trending pretty dry here in Minnesota, so we need all the rain we can get. We've already had a low month for rain in June. Hopefully we can get some more rain, because last summer's drought just destroyed everything. So hey, Quaker Moss, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Brian Z. Quirderdo, I apologize if I mispronounced that, but thank you so much for the follow, appreciate it. Crack Kitty, here we go. On the HomeLab fronts, hey, Logic, how's it going? Logic 23 has resub, Prime, 2 months, happy 100K and 100 days of HomeLabbing. What a great idea, thank you. It's, like I said, I've been incubating that for so long and never knew where it was going to go, if it was going to go anywhere. And fortunately, I figured out a place for it to go. I'm like looking in the corner. Why aren't the lights on back there? Oh, because you guys turned on dark mode. But thank you, Logic. Thank you so much for the Prime sub, 2 months. Thank you so much. Yeah, and yeah, that video wouldn't have been anything without anyone else. It would have been me battling like this. So I tried to take a back seat in that video and just try to connect all the dots. That was something else I didn't even think about that video at all. It's like how do I connect the dots of all of this? And so it was interesting. It was interesting to figure out because I had an idea in my head of how I wanted this video to go. But I asked 11 people to send me a video about their favorite thing about home labbing. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I had to like read and study and take notes on everything they were saying. And I'm like, okay, how can I connect this story to that story to this story and tell it in a seamless way? It was definitely a different way of doing things where I felt like I'm just 100% editor now. Usually I'm like half editor, half whatever, producer, half, I don't know, actor. I don't know if I'm an actor, but this was the first time where I'm like, I'm basically editing someone else's video and trying to tell this story. So it was interesting. It was interesting. It was super, super fun. I was like, oh man. Anyways, it was awesome. Let's see, but thank you, and I appreciate it, Logic. Oh, I skipped over Crack Kitty. This is the one I was on. Crack Kitty, on the HomeLab front, my certs expired from Let's Encrypt, and they don't auto-renew. Boo. They should. That stinks. Ilud, Mathan, and a few others were helping me out. I have no clue why they aren't renewing this time. Well, that stinks. So a couple things you can try. You're in good hands. Mathan and Ilud have you covered. If they didn't cover this, I would say, worst case scenario, if they are expired and they are persisted to disk, stop the container, delete that file from the disk, your cert.json file, and stand it back up. And hopefully, Let's Encrypt will say, you don't have a cert, let's go do the DNS challenge and figure it out and put them back in place. Hopefully. If not, that stuff to figure out. Like I had a new domain last night, like furiously, like editing and like getting stuff ready. I had a new domain last night. It took me like 5 attempts to get a new cert. I'm like, I think I've done this a few times, but if you don't use that muscle memory in a while, you forget. Anyways, Xavius, Techno Tim, I've been watching this YouTuber named Ryan Trahan. Oh, cool. He's crossing us from the LA to NC delivery penny to Mr. Beast. Wow, that's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting. He's crossing the US from LA to either NYC or North Carolina to deliver a penny to Mr. Beast. That's interesting. There's a lot of tactics people do to make their own channel grow, and I think that's one of them is just mentioning other big ones. But is he walking? Because that does not sound fun. Maybe driving. I would do it. I love driving and I love road trips, but ooh, that's tough. James. I'm going. Oh, James. Maybe it's James. I'm going with James. James Simmons. 100 Days of Coding HomeLab. LOL. Yeah, that's kind of what a lot of what my HomeLab does, and a lot of infrastructure is moving that way. It's moving to infrastructure as code and mutable operating systems. So that's like the future. So I think like learning this stuff now and getting some stuff into place will have you well equipped for when it gets here. And then there are always, there's early adopters, and then there's people who don't ever adopt until they have to. So it spans the gamut, especially when you get into different sectors of the economy. And some people adopt stuff faster than others. But I think there's a wealth of opportunity in this area too. Volpers Zerden. Love 100 Days of HomeLab. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Thanks for commenting. C Diablo, trying to set up my 3 Raspberry Pis in a cluster. I have 2 8 gigabyte and 1 2 gigabyte. Awesome. That sounds awesome. So you have 2 8 gigabytes and 1 2 gigabyte. That's pretty awesome. 3 Pis. Are they Pi 4s? I think they're 4. If they're 4, they're 8 gigabyte. Sounds awesome. You got your lab right there, for sure. Savarius, Takano, we're blessed 9 months out of the year to suffer during the 3. Yeah, so you guys are in the Southwest, and I'm always jealous of how nice and dry it is there. But I don't want it this dry or this hot. I don't do well in heat. Ask my wife. She's like, whoa, you are like a way different person when you are hot. Believe me, I am. C Diablo, I'm going to get that in the 100 Days of HomeLab. Awesome. Yeah, that's a perfect little lab. Perfect lab. Something that's, that is compact, something that you can spin up in your own environment. It's super compact too. You can bring it with you if you want, but it's isolated. It's isolated from other things that you're doing. I'm kind of bad at that. Doing stuff virtually with virtual machines and having a hypervisor kind of lets me isolate some of the chaos that I have. I don't have a fully isolated lab environment. My lab environment is spin up another virtual machine and then, or a virtual network within my hypervisor, and that becomes my lab. But I love the idea of using Raspberry Pis to do this because they're so efficient and they're easy to tear down, and they used to be easy to get your hands on, but they're kind of affordable until you buy lots of dongles. Then they're not. Then they're almost as much as a full-on server, but pretty awesome. Chubby Panda, community is the big awesome though. I totally agree. I totally agree. I totally agree. Agreed. Yes. How about that? And don't babble anymore. I totally agree. Piece of Geek, you got starstruck. I did. I even told Tom Lawrence that when I talked to him. I'm like, Tom, I have listened to you for years, and it's so surreal for me to like hear you talking to me right now because I feel like I'm watching a YouTube video, but it wasn't. It was on a Zoom call. It was pretty awesome. Fizzing Code, Tom's the GOAT. I totally agree. Tom's the GOAT, and he's such a nice guy. Everyone that I worked with on this was so nice, so nice. I was just like, man, this is great because I feel like I'm kind of a nice person. So it was great just being with other nice people. Sometimes you like that. Chubby Panda redeemed something, and I'm reading my own comment. Ooh, one day I'm gonna write my own chat client so I don't have to look at this one. Hey, it helps out a lot, so I can put chat up front and center. But ooh, it's not great for on this end. Herpa Derpa Sour, I like it. Just found your channel about a week ago. Thank you, and blew through a lot of your backlog. Hey, thanks. You want to help me with my new backlog? There's a lot. Watching you while I improve my K3S cluster Ansible rules. Nice. Congrats on the 100K. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's that thing was a long time in the making too. I was so frustrated with always tearing down my K3S nodes or backing them up or taking snapshots every time I made one little change. I'm like, I need to make this better. Because I'm tired of doing this, and I just want to say go. Just press a button and say go, and if I want to reset it, I just want to say go and reset. So awesome. Thanks for finding me. Roundbecker, what are your thoughts on ephemeral environments? Have you built anything custom? Use case, a dev wants to test a feature branch using some sort of CI tool to deploy and destroy, almost like a self-hosted Heroku. Almost, I'd like to hear your thoughts on what that is. I'm currently trying to solve that problem. Short-lived test environments. Yeah, so awesome. I've done some stuff like this before, but not 100%. Like ephemeral environments. So ephemeral, however you say it, is something that is only around for a little bit. But anyways, just in case you're new to that term, real quick, Shreedark, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. So ephemeral environments in general, I haven't done a ton of that. I mean, you could solve that in Kubernetes with namespaces. It sounds you could solve it a lot of different ways. But I will address like the use case the dev wants to test a feature branch using some sort of CI tool to deploy and destroy. So if you are going to do it during CI, yeah, you could create a namespace. You could spin up everything that they need to test this thing. But what I've done in that scenario, if you want to test a feature branch, is you can do it two ways. The way that I found that works pretty good is to auto create DNS and auto create so DNS entry and load balancer rules to automatically deploy that feature branch. And so I've done this at a place, and we used to do it on pull requests because we're like, hey, when we open up pull requests for this thing, it'd be nice to validate it instead of looking at code. I mean, you can look at code in GitHub and you're kind of like, okay, this change, I kind of see what's going on here. Think it works, the test pass. But we used to actually deploy our feature branches or a pull request to another environment whenever someone opened a pull request. Obviously, this is an enterprise development where things are contained. It's not like public, GitHub, and people are opening pull requests and it's spinning up environments for you to be able to test. That's what we did. It was super simple. We didn't create a whole entire ephemeral environment. We just created endpoints for them to be able to connect and test what they were testing. And the nice part about it is that when people open a pull request, then like product owners, product managers could go and see, whatever it is working on this branch. And on top of that, you could run your integration test against those environments or lower environments. You could do a ton of stuff. So I guess ours wasn't that sophisticated, but what we were able to accomplish was, being able to test a pull request, and that's pointed at lower environment stuff, so we can validate it, with, along with looking at the code, along with, unit tests, along with integration tests, and all the stuff that you need. This is just another tool in the tool belt to be able to test something, that's in a lower environment. I don't know. There are lots of ways to do it. I do like the idea of just spinning up a whole entire environment. I mean, I've been trying to, I don't want to say solving, but this is another thing I've been noodling on. Wetsy, thanks for follow, appreciate it. I've been noodling on something very similar, at least in my home lab. Someone mentioned earlier about the K3S Ansible role that I have. It's a very manual way of testing. When someone opens a pull request, I kind of eyeball it and then I kind of spin it up here, spin up the cluster. I look at it and I test stuff and I bring it back up and I'm like, okay, I can merge this. But what I would love to do is something very similar to that is, use Terraform or something and spin up this environment, deploy this pull request of K3S to Proxmox, test all the things, tear back down and, approve the pull request so that I don't have to keep doing that all the time. I mean, most of the time people, only do stuff manually until it becomes too painful. And fortunately, there hasn't been a ton of pull requests on my stuff, but if it ever gets to that point, it's going to be too painful for me to manage that, and I'll have to write the automation. Anyways, sounds like an awesome problem to figure out. We have tons of people in Discord who may have done something like this. This is 100% like awesome DevOps stuff that it's fun to figure out. It's challenging to figure out too, but it's also fun. Let's see, PC Geek. I'm sure any of us would have been starstruck. Yeah, I totally was. It was, I've met many, famous people ever, and that was like, whoa, jumping on a Zoom call with a lot of people. I was like, whoa, it's pretty awesome. Hey, 18-wheeled Ray, thanks for the cheer, 300 bits. Thank you so much. Thank you. Dude, Radal, what's up, man? Speaking of starstruck, I was starstruck when I saw Radal too on that call. No, man. How's it going? Good to see you. If you don't know Radal, you should. You definitely should. Super fun guy. He's in HomeLab. He's into HomeLab. He's into technology. He does more than just HomeLab. But he's just moved. I think just married. I know a little bit too much about him. He's probably like, whoa, Tim. It's TMI. All public knowledge. And he shares on Twitter. If you're not following him, you should totally follow him. Follow him on Twitch. He's on Twitch. But you definitely check out his YouTube channel and check out his Twitter. It's a pretty funny guy, as you can see from the video today. Yeah, I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, it's so funny. Hopefully, I was like, I don't want to like offend anyone, but I'm like, it's totally humor. Anyways, long story short, it was nothing bad, but I'm so glad you have, I like your sense of humor. I appreciate it. So Rayal, dude, cheered 500 bits. Thank you. Woo, 100K subs. Thanks for your vid and twisting my arm to spend a bunch of money on Unify gear. Haha. Yeah, he's been messaging me about, network stuff. And, I like Unify, and I just said, here's what I have. And I think as soon as I said, here's what I have and I can do, he was kind of sold. But yeah, good to see you, man. Hopefully everything's going okay for you. Again, thanks for being on the video that went out this morning. I sincerely appreciate it, man. I appreciate you thanking me, but I'm also thanking you for making great content. And challenging. I think like just creating content in general and just like growing this whole entire category is fantastic for everyone in this category. So what do they say? Like all tides raise all boats or something? I don't know the saying, but I'm glad you're here. I think a lot of people are too. And keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Pretty much exactly what you said to me. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Round Becker, thanks for the 100 bits. Thank you so much. Thank you. Xavier D, Techno Tim, I'm jelly. You got to work talk with Digital Life. Yeah, Christian, super nice guy. For sure. I'm jealous of him because he's got those server chassis from the German company that you can't find anywhere else in the world. Yeah, I remember. We were looking at that. We were talking about that in Discord. You said, it's this one guy, and he has this awesome server chassis. I was like, Christian, Digital Life, because it does look awesome, because it's a German company only. But yeah, for sure. Christian's super nice guy. Right away said, yep, I'll definitely help. He was sick for a little bit, and he's like, I will get it to you. And he got it to me, and I'm so glad that he was able to take part too, because man, he's again, like anyone in this category creating content, like we're all in this together, and we want to grow this category for sure. I got what you mean. 3MZO, hello, how are you guys doing? I'm doing great, for sure doing great today. Let's see, PC Geek, driver update maybe on that GPU. I had problems last video because I was on the latest and greatest driver, and I rolled back to the studio driver, and it was more stable, but not like this. Like, I honestly think it was some of the templates that I was using in Premiere that I've never used before. I did so many things I've never done before. It was like the definition of scope creep, this video. I was like, and then I'll do this, and then I'll do this, and then I'll do this, and then I'll ask 11 people to be on here too. And but I got it done. But yeah, something is definitely wrong. I think it's something with my machine. I'm starting to lean towards either my SSD is getting flaky or something's going on, because yeah. Anyways, rendering a video for 4 hours is like, I felt like I was in, the year 2000 on dial-up. It's not how it should work when you have a 3090 and, a decent CPU and 32 gigs of RAM. Not like this, for sure. Bloodlight, I'm starting to look into central Lux key management for encryption at rest with Ceph. Awesome. Ceph, yeah, distributed storage, encryption at rest. I'm all about it. And Lux key management. I don't know enough about it, but I've heard about it. So awesome. That sounds like a super technical topic, and I'm glad you're looking into it. 3MZO, congrats, bro. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much. Congrats, Tim. Thank you so much. Xavius, is wifey cooking a special dinner and taking you out to a juicy plate? I think we're going to go out. I think we're going to go out to eat, and we might even get out of the city. We usually stay here in the city and do stuff all around the city, but I was thinking about maybe just getting out of the city. We'll see. We've been going back and forth on where we're going to go. I'm more about just like doing something different. I want to do something I haven't done before. So not cooking. She usually does a homemade pizza every Saturday. She's been doing it for years, and I love it. But this is the only time we could find where we could, have some time to get out. So we're going to do that. James Simmons, Percona, extra DB cluster in Harvester. All right. I went down the Percona route for a little bit when I was looking at cluster for MySQL, but that's as far as I got. It was like, wanted to get it working, and then I thought I'd do it myself, and I should have chose Percona because I totally destroyed my database by not clustering them properly, but awesome. That's about as far as I looked into it, but you're doing it in Harvester too. That is awesome, man. You are bleeding edge. Chubby Pandra, I got Authentic working with some help from someone on the Discord, by the way. Awesome testament to everyone in Discord. Yeah, thank you so much for helping out. Yeah, Authentic looks awesome. Basically, identity provider that can provide, identity and connect like OAuth providers with the services you want. It's pretty awesome for sure. Civi Express, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. And just echoing what you said about the Discord server. I totally agree. 100% agree. There are so many nice and intelligent and people in our Discord server that want to help people, that want to figure stuff out. There's so many people on voice all the time. There's so many people chatting about different technologies. It's like blows my mind. It blows my mind. And in the video today, and even during the stream, I've been thanking the people that were on the video, but really, I said this in the video too, but I thank all of you for hanging out with me, for almost 3 years, 2.5, and for helping me get to where I am. Because like without everyone and eyeballs on YouTube watching and subscribing or commenting or doing whatever, I wouldn't have been able to create the video today. And without a helpful Discord community, no one would be in there hanging out and chatting about things that they're interested in, or things they're inspired by, or looking for direction or architecture type of decisions. So yeah, thank you to everyone Obviously here on Twitch, on YouTube, and Discord for sure, because it's been incredible. I feel like the last couple of days have just been like, whoa. I didn't think, like, I thought like I had an idea of what it would be or what it would feel like, but I feel like it's been a party for like 3 days, which I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that because I think I hit it early Thursday, and then I knew I couldn't release the video Friday. I was kind of hoping I would hit it on Saturday. Not that I wanted to slow my growth, but I was like, it would be serendipity if I hit it on Saturday morning and I released the video Saturday morning. So anyways, long story short, thank you to everyone on Discord. Thank you to the mods that help everyone out or point people in the right direction. And thank you if you're on Discord and you have questions. Thanks for, being strong enough to ask questions or ask for help, because sometimes it's hard to do. PC Geek, I call hacks. I call hacks too. Matt JG, hey Tim, just moving my dad's business site to a self-hosted WordPress in my HP HomeLab. Cool. Much better than paying 100 euros a month. Yeah, that seems pretty expensive. Might finally give him a reason to stop unplugging it because it's too loud. I like it. I like where you're going with this. Like, oh, you're gonna unplug my server? Well, your website's on there. So if you unplug that, you don't have a website. That's awesome. That's awesome. And that's awesome that your dad's like, yeah, sure. Let's host this at home. That's pretty sweet. And hopefully then your father, if he didn't know this already, is like kind of understanding the cloud and how it works and how things don't always need to be centralized. They can be decentralized. You can run things out of your home, and it's still kind of part of the cloud, part of the internet. So yeah, pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Now he'll stop unplugging it. I love it. Xavius, Crack Kitty, actually, I was second. Yeah, Xavius was. He was. Technically, the bot was first. Yeah, the bot's always here, and unless I'm working or destroying or breaking stuff. Always, Manny, yeah. Manny. Just kidding. Let's see. All right, I'm going to jump down here. Crack Kitty, one day I'll be cool. No, you're cool now. Everyone knows Crack Kitty's cool, for sure. Twitch animates them for you. All right, PC Geek, I like it. Makes it even easier. I got to do it. TD5150, congrats on the 100K and great YouTube video today. Thank you. You have taught people so much. I hope you realize how much you've helped people set up their labs, etc. I do. I read every single comment. I have a backlog of them that I need to read. I do set aside time daily almost. I usually do them just in time, but I do set aside some time every week to, hey, it's Barden. It's Barden. Thanks for the sub, Prime sub. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, lights are going. But I do set aside time at least every week to review comments and either heart or reply if I can. Some don't warrant a reply, but I see a lot of that. And I think the last couple of days I've started to realize that, man, because people started getting a little sentimental for me. And it like brought back some nostalgia for them, which was awesome for me because I didn't expect that. Hey, Chicken Bing, thanks for the sub, Prime sub, thank you so much. And Prototobe, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Chicken Bing, sub, Prime sub, thank you so much. But people started getting nostalgic and saying, oh, I remember when you were 10K. I remember when you taught me this. And I remember, when I first found you, I was trying to do Rancher in Minecraft. And like all those comments started popping up this week. And I'm like, that's when I was kind of like, oh, I started thinking like, man, I guess I have helped some people. Maybe I steered you in the wrong direction, or maybe I steered you in the right direction, but at least it helped point you in some direction. And so, yeah, I've always realized it, but I think this last week I started realizing it even more because people were getting super nostalgic. And I was thinking of, that point in my life. I thought, like, there's no way I'll hit 100K. I'm just going to make videos. I'm going to make super nerdy, dry videos about me doing stuff at home. And maybe one day I'll get there. So I appreciate it. Xavius, dude, Xavius gifted a tier 1 sub to Radal. All right, dude, thank you for gifting a sub. Radal, enjoy your gifted sub from Xavius. He's gifted 6 subs in this channel. Thank you so much. But yeah, I'm like gonna tear up. PC Geek, I just made an image, uploaded it, and picked an effect. Yeah, I'm all over this. I'm all over this. Famous last words, right? I say this every week. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. This one is But I need to find. I need to. I know which one I'm gonna animate. I know which one I'm gonna do. It's gonna be my weird YouTube subscribe button. That's me like that. Because who doesn't do that on their subscribe button? Oh, dude, retired night owl. Wait, dude, retired night owl. Dude, how are you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Gifted 5 sub to Ravens Move. McWillis or Mac Willis, Peace 8586, Sid Cassidy, and Zoid enjoyed your gifted sub from Retired Night Owl. Dude, thank you so much. Thank you so much. PC Geek, I'm on it. I know what I'm gonna do. Chubby Panda, Midlanders in the UK say spenny for expensive. A spenny, I like it. That's even a little bit more because here in Minnesota they say spendy. Like, but everywhere else at least when I lived in Indiana near Chicago, we'd always say pricey. Everything's pricey. That's pricey. Here they say spendy, but I like it. Spenny. I like it. It's like even shorter. Feral Snow, dude, gifted a sub to Team PGP. Feral Snow Milf. Gifted a sub. Thank you so much. First gift. Thank you so much. Feral Snow Milf. Appreciate it. Let's see. Rain. Sorry, my eyes. You see, my eyes are starting to turn red and get squinty. This is what the guy said on my YouTube comments. You always look fried. So I mean, maybe this is what fried looks like. Let's see. 3M Asmio. Here's a random question. I have 3 PCs. All right, let's get into it. 3 PCs, and as a game server, a gaming PC, recording, and streaming PC. I'm thinking of moving them around from tower cases into rack mount cases, but I'm worried about the fan sounds. Yeah. Funny you say this because I've been thinking the same thing for my PC right here. You know, I see Jeff Gearling's like mini rack next to his studio and his desktop. I'm like, I should probably do that. Mini rack in my office, rack all the things. It just depends. Yeah, when you start to go, it seems like when you rack stuff, you know, it wants the cooler air in from the front and the warmer air from the back. Sound could be negligible. I mean, my PC is you know, not loud. I hear it all the time, but it's angled towards me. And so, you know, if I laid it down on its side and pointed it that way, it's angled away from me. It just depends on the size of fans and how you're going to be cooling it. And, you know, for me, mine's kind of loud. Mine's, you know, water cooled with an AIO, and I have some fans, and, you know, it's I'm not making it any, you know, quieter, possibly by racking it, but it's a different orientation. So that one's tough. It is tough. It is tough for sure. I mean, obviously, if you're going to throw like enterprise servers in there, you know, that, you know, have high powered fans, it's going to be louder. But if you're just converting it from one PC to a different form factor to a different case, I don't think it's going to make, you know, that much of a difference. If anything, you know, because the sound from the fans will probably be pointing out back, you might have less sound just because directional is going to be pointing out back. But then again, if your PC is facing away from you, you might be in the same boat anyway. So that's one you're not going to know until you do it. But if you do it, buy some decent fans, some low, bigger ones, you know, bigger fans that have lower RPMs. Noctua is that's my go-to for fans all the time. Oh, sorry, I was answering that question and I didn't even click on it. But yeah, we discussed it, but I that one you're never gonna know unless you try. Let's see. Ask our pressure. Is there a live stream going on in Discord right now, or is it just on Twitch? Well, I'm just on Twitch right now. A lot of times, what people do is join in a voice channel, like they might be right now. And then they hop in a voice channel while they're watching me. I think that's how it goes. And then some people are just in there playing games. It's up in the air. I'll be there in a couple of minutes too. I know I'm a little bit over. If you're new to the stream, we usually do it for roughly an hour. I'm gonna spend a little bit more time, and then I'm gonna hop in Discord voice. So, Raid Owl TV leaving for Greece tomorrow. So I'm making sure my VPN is up and working. Don't miss out on the 100 Days of HomeLab, LOL. Yeah, man. Yeah, good to see you. VPN, absolutely test it. Test it multiple times. Test it from your phone. Test it from your tablet. Test it from your laptop. If you need to test it from your laptop, what I usually do is tether my phone my laptop to my phone and then connect to VPN, you're doing all the right things that I normally do before I go out too. And then on top of that, if you have country blocking turned on, make sure that you turn off country blocking for the country that you're going to. All the things that I've run into before. So make sure you allow, Greece into your network while you're in Greece. Otherwise, you won't be able to get in, or you have to VPN in and then tunnel some other way. But anyways, dude, have a safe trip. Yeah, thanks again for being part of the video today. I appreciate it, man. Good to see you. Just Twitch, thank you. Let's see, Matt JGH. Yeah, I spun up a MySQL container too. Perfect. What we were talking about earlier. So you don't even need to take my advice. You already did it. Awesome. So you're thinking about scaling and, and making things more robust. Yeah, absolutely. Like, if you need one thing that needs a database, I would highly recommend just separating that out in the beginning and not making it part of the same stack, because it'll make things a lot easier down the road. Just pull that out. Anytime you see a stack that has a database in it and you think, I'm never going to use Redis, I'm never going to use Postgres again, it's just this, you might. You might. So I would just basically pull that one container, that one service out of the stack, stand it up by itself, connect it that way, because then you have Postgres or you have Redis in your environment that you can use for other things too, for sure. Let's see. It's Barton. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. Let's see. Chubby Panda. I just have 10 MySQL database containers. Oh, help save me. Yeah. And that's what happens. That's what we were just talking about. That's where you don't want to be. If you have 10 stacks that all have their own individual MySQL databases, individual passwords, how do you even back them up? You probably back up the volumes for each, which is fine, and it works. One day it's nice to centralize that type of stuff. So if you learn anything today, if you spin up a Portainer stack or a Docker Compose stack or need a database in general and it comes with the stack, just tease that one out, stand it up by itself, point your stack at that, so then you have that database later on. You have one place for your data, you have one login, you have one place to back up, to do if you're gonna do a MySQL dump or however you're gonna dump the database. And then you're set up for the future. You don't want to have 10 MySQL database containers. Chubby Panda, all good, totally fine. But one day, that day will come when you wish you had one. Xavier D, Techno Tim, whoever was looking at the Keystone panel, search Cable Matters, Rack Mount, or Walmart 24-port Keystone. Yeah. I paid like $25, LOL, and then you buy the Keystones. Oh yeah, that's right, because we were talking about which patch panel you used, and I was like, yeah, did you get the one I have and you got a different one, because you were going to use the Keystones for things other than, I think, Ethernet. So that is fantastic. Yeah, $25. There you go. Cut the price in half and then customize it for yourself. I like it. Mark, hi Tim. What do you think about running Kubernetes on Proxmox cluster? I'd do it. I do it. That's exactly how I do it. Let me see, make sure I'm not overstating something. What do you think about running Kubernetes on a Proxmox cluster? I mean, that's how I run mine now. I think if you're just asking, my Kubernetes cluster, should I virtualize it? Is it okay to virtualize and run inside of a Proxmox cluster? That's how I run it. If you're talking about more, hyper-converged and installing Kubernetes on Proxmox, which would be awesome, by the way, and running that bare metal and then installing, Kubernetes, just Kubernetes in general on each one of those nodes, I probably wouldn't go that route, only because I say this a lot, but I treat my hypervisor like a hypervisor. I try not to muck around with anything that is custom on my hypervisor. I treat it like an appliance. I treat it that way, and I've done well by doing that. I think it's a good choice to treat your hypervisor like an appliance. Makes upgrades go smoother, backups go smoother, patches go smoother, and then in disaster recovery, you don't have to remember, I did these 10 custom things on this Proxmox server. Now I got to redo those 10 custom things. I will say though, I had to do custom things so I can pass through my video card, but that's documented and kind of supported. Other than that, I treat it like a hypervisor, and that really is part of the hypervisor configuration too anyways. But But yeah, if you're talking about, hey, should I run Kubernetes as a guest on my hypervisor, which is Proxmox? Heck yeah, it's exactly how I run it. I think I have like 11 Kubernetes nodes across my 3 Proxmox servers. My one's still up there. My Intel not Proxmox server is still up there. It's a little guy. He's pretty able though. He's pretty awesome. Mysterion rises. Search for a new project to do already. Have full HomeLab setup and data center setup. Hey, if you're searching for something new, yeah, that's why I'm encouraging people to go out and share the projects that they're working on. If you're looking for inspiration and maybe you're not taking part of the 100 Days of HomeLab, or yours is already set up, but you're looking for inspiration for new things, just explore the hashtag, see what other people are doing, connect with them, ask them questions, and ask them. That was kind of the goal of this, is get people connected, get them excited, and help them encourage each other. So yeah, absolutely. I already looked through the hashtag this morning. I was like, cool. People are laying out their plans, putting their whole entire plans out there. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. So if you're looking, for some inspiration, explore that hashtag. If not, we have 7,000 people in Discord who are pretty passionate about HomeLab stuff too, that have lots of ideas and would love to be able to share what they're working on too, or how they solved a particular problem. So absolutely, lots of ways. JCX, how's it going? Good to see you. Congrats on the 100K, Tim. Thank you so much. Thank you, JCX. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. That's exactly what he does, the chubby banner. Xavier's D. Well, let me see. Xavier's D. Salvier's, okay, 2S died, tape backup phone, stick it in the underside of the sink. So while your layout down under the sink, it's right there. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Two-sided tape. Yeah. Two-sided tape underneath the sink, and watch it, and just hope your phone doesn't fall on your head, which is the worst. If you've ever laid in bed and kind of watched something and accidentally let go of your phone and smacks you in the face, it's the worst. I can only imagine it's not too nice if it falls from any higher than my arm's length, but falling from the sink it might not. But I like it. Hey, you remember when I joined in Discord voice chat with video, I was fixing a ceiling fan while watching you guys. It was kind of an awkward angle, but I wanted you to know, hey, I'm here, I'm listening. NSG Panda, congrats on 100K. Open up a Minecraft server. I have one. It's I think the details are in our Discord. Early beta, because I haven't figured everything out yet. I do want to kind of tighten it up. Ilude's been doing a ton to tighten some stuff up too. But yeah, I have one. It's been tested lightly. That's hosted. But I have a few things to button up with my VPS and some routing rules. It's good enough to play on right now. I mean, I haven't load tested it yet, but it's there. The details are in Discord. JCX Life. I spent most of the last few days squishing my data into smaller amounts of disks so I can make all 8 terabyte disks empty, 6 of them, and I'm about ready to let TrueNAS have at them. Hey, awesome. So you're moving data around, squishing data in smaller amounts of disks so you can make all of them, all of your 8 terabytes empty. I like it, so you can spin up a TrueNAS server. Awesome. Are you going scale or are you going core? The real questions. Tough questions. Thanks for sharing. Herpa Duper Sour. Currently watching you while I migrate Docker Swarm to K3S and improve your improved K3S cluster Ansible script. Thank you. Thanks for great content. Awesome. That sounds pretty awesome. I mean, I've never done that migration before. I've done migrations from single node Docker into Kubernetes. It's surprisingly easier than you think. Just because you kind of have the framework or the plan or an outline of what you want to work. Hey, I'm running Minecraft here. I need to run Minecraft there. Hey, I have variables here. I need to move those variables there. So it's really just translating Docker speak into Kubernetes speak. But once you get it, it's pretty fun. I caught the Kubernetes bug, as you can't tell. For a while and a long time ago, and even the self-hosting, run Kubernetes at home bug, I've caught that, and it's super fun. It's super fun once you get things more declarative and less UI. Don't get me wrong, UI is fantastic. I wouldn't look at logs any other way than through a UI, but it's great when you can start committing those artifacts or those manifests to Git repo to say this is how I reproduce it. You know, it's not instructions on how to click this. It's apply this manifest and it will rebuild it, and it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Ron Becker, Tim, important question: tabs or spaces? Yeah, you're setting me up. But I mean, who would use spaces? It's always tabs. It's always tabs. Hey, Mr. Code, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. Thank you so much. ADSB is an airplane. Here we go. Now here's this acronym. ADSB is an airplane data kappa. Wait, data kappa. No, that's an emote. Sorry. Airplane data. I have an SDR, software-defined radio. Oh, I like it, SDR instead SDN, connected to a Raspberry Pi, which is feeding data to the ADBS exchange. Awesome, man. Techno, you are always in some awesome stuff that I've never heard of, and I love it. I love it. Crack Kitty, Raid Owl, great singing here. I totally agree. Raid Owl is awesome. Great sense of humor. Great channel for sure. He's off to a great start. And I've told him a few times. I'm like, man, your quality coming out the door is like my quality from a week ago. Like he makes great videos. Great videos for sure. And he's got a great sense of humor too. I think so for sure. Xavier D, wait, CI/CD is what I need to get rid of those lag screens when I try to connect Proxmox to hit the advance and then hit accept. Wait, advance and then accept. Oh, through all the manual stuff? I mean, maybe, yeah, for sure. When you try to connect to Proxmox and have to hit advance and then accept, I'm trying to think of those screens. It will help somewhere. I'm not sure with that particular issue for sure. Ron Becker, Garden Gnome, I've been running them on a USB root drive. Lifespan is definitely longer. I've gone through too many SD cards. Okay, so going back to SD cards, yeah, I've yet to have one die, but I don't run mine really hard. That one gets ran the hardest. Actually, my Pi Zero that does all of my Wake on LAN stuff, that's been doing Wake on LAN stuff for like 7 years, I think, is still doing the same using the same SD card that I bought for it originally, which it's hanging in there. And surprisingly, that thing writes a lot because I write logs of what happened. So if something does happen, I can go back and look at the logs. I pipe them out. It's hanging in there, my Pi Zero, for sure. Let's see, NGS Panda, work in progress, for sure, for sure. Okay, okay, guys, I know that we're a little bit over. I'm gonna look through for mentions, just because I want to be mindful of your time. I say I roughly go an hour. I went a little bit over today, but that's okay. Shock Ops Gaming, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. But I'm gonna look for mentions just so I'm making sure that I'm not leaving people out. Tom Slow, hi Tim, congratulations on 100K. Thank you so much. That's a great milestone to hit. I totally agree. I'm scared about what's next. I'm not scared, I'm excited, but the next one is like, when do I celebrate? 1 million or 500K? Like, will that happen in my lifetime? I don't know, but I gotta enjoy this. Hannibal Zan. I can't get that right. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Thanks for the follow. Peace. Is the goal of your YouTube channel leaving 9-to-5 job doing what you love? And what's your advice for someone, for me, who would like to do that? Ooh, that's a tough question. Is anyone from work watching? No, I'm kidding. Is that my goal? I don't know. I thoroughly enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy creating content and connecting with people and being like having this digital life. Really, I enjoy it. I enjoy it quite a bit. And I could do it all day. Like, I'll just put it that one day I would love to do it all day. But I really enjoy, like, and this isn't lip service, I love the company I work for. I love working at a small startup. I love solving problems for a company. I like writing code. Like, that's my day job, is I'm a software engineer for a small startup. And I love, and we're really small too. So I get to wear lots of hats. I get to do CI/CD stuff. I get to do Kubernetes stuff. I get to write code. I get to do mobile stuff, database stuff. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, even jumping on calls with customers sometimes. So I like the variety there, and I love the people I work with. And that's not lip service. I really do. I wouldn't have joined this small startup if it wasn't for the people. So that's tough. That's a tough question, because doing either one full time would mean that I would have a big gap. And so what would I fill that gap with? I'm not sure. So Anyways, is that the goal? I'm not sure. If something happens on either end, I'm glad I have the other thing to hang on to. But if something happens on either end, I'm gonna go all in on the other thing. So we'll see. Hey, am I doing okay at non-answers? I feel like I should run for for office sometimes because I'm my non-answers that great, but sometimes I give non-answer. That was a non-answer. I love doing both. But if something were to happen on either side, I would go all in 100% the other way because I love them both. Let's see. BBCW, I plan to build a shared storage for VMs on Proxmox cluster. Awesome. A lot of people in Discord doing that with Synology and a few enterprise SSDs all connected to a 10 gigabit link. Awesome. That's what you need. What type of storage would you pick? iSCSI, NFS4, got any experience with performance? It's all from my home lab, but I wanted to test all the HA options to get shared storage. If you're doing it for VMs, I mean, really, you kind of have one, choice for performance, and it's going to be block storage. And which one of those two do block storage? iSCSI. Not saying that you couldn't do it with NFS. That might be, it might work. I've never tried it, but if I was thinking like, hey, this virtual machine needs block storage for its hard drives. For its storage for that machine, it would have to be iSCSI so it could use block. I'm not familiar with NFS 4.1. I mean, I've used a lot of NFS 3 and 4-ish. I don't know which one I'm on right now. I don't think it provides anything like that, but I think iSCSI is gonna be your best bet. Because I'm just gonna go with that. That's what I would choose out of the gate because I want block storage. Let's see. By the way, I love your content. It's pure gold. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you so much. Xavius. So, in my opinion, if you run Proxmox, you could put in knowledge of Proxmox hypervisor, blah, blah, in non-production environment or something like that. And if they ask, explain it's a home lab and not other environments. Yeah, so that's one great thing about having a home lab is, you're the system administrator. You can do what you want. You're the cloud engineer. You can do what you want, and you're not destroying someone else's environment for sure. Let's see. Radal, heck yeah, good way to spend my Saturday afternoon. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Enjoy your trip. JCX, first vid I talked with you on was the Proxmox gaming pass-through tutorial where you had dragged me into the Discord. You still owe me the answer. Yeah, in my EDC backpack handbag, man bag. You have asked this question a couple of times, and I keep telling you, like, you wouldn't be that impressed. I like keeping up the mystery of what's in my everyday carry bag because it's really not that impressive. And I said this last time. Maybe I'll put it in Discord. And I think I did. I think I did answer that question in Discord. It might have been a non-answer too. I'm pretty good at non-answers, but I think I did. I think I did answer that question. I basically, I'll tell you now. It's right there. It's going to be my backpack. It's going to be my MacBook Pro. Boo, hiss, I know, but we have MacBooks at work. It's going to be a lot of network cables. It's going to be a lot of dongles. If you have a MacBook, you have dongles. And your dongles also have dongles. So, and then it's going to be, lots of cables, lots of plugs. I think iDrops, Carmex, I should just show you, but iDrops because my eyes get dry, Carmex because my lips get dry, Analgene for water, and then I have this pink lens cleaner for both my laptop and my glasses. But maybe I'll make it a little more interesting than that. But like I said, you'd probably be unimpressed if I showed you it. It's not as cool because the place I work at, we're 100% in the cloud besides one machine. So I basically just need my laptop and I can work anywhere. Okay, let's see. Are you against or neutral on Comic Sans? I love it. I mean, if you're having fun, it depends on the type of party you're at. No. Oh, good one. All right, let's see. Pickle Jeff, what time do your Twitch streams, I like it, usually start? 3 CST, so 3 Chicago time. Congrats on 100K, and everyone who has helped him grow by sharing Tim's work. Thank you so much, Logic. I totally agree too. Thank you so much. I'm gonna look for mentions because we do have to kind of wrap it up. But real quick, Wild Wolfie, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. Xavier's D, while he's raising money to feed children, he's already raised $350,000. That is awesome. That is awesome. Awesome. So awesome. I wish I could, raise that type of money for a charity. That is awesome. Good for him. Good for him. Recursive infrastructure is good. I like it. I like it. Okay. All right. I'm gonna look for mentions just because it's so hard in this UI. But I might have to bail. And if I skipped over it and you need something, you can definitely ping me in Discord. So let's see. Okay. So thank you all so much for joining in the stream today. I really appreciate it. Like this 100K subscriber is really a testament to you all. It really is because you believe in me and you liked my channel enough to hit the sub button. So I appreciate it. And so thank you so much. And I sincerely appreciate it. I feel like I should have had something prepared, but I didn't. And that's as much as I could say. I think the thing that I had prepared was in the video today. Other than that, I just can't say thank you enough. It's crazy to think that, there was a day. I was even thinking about my LED panel back there. I remember the day I recorded. Here it comes right now. It's going to say 100,000. Let's see if it'll focus in. It should if my code works. Yeah, so 100,000. So I remember when that thing said 10,000 and it blew my mind. I remember when I recorded it and said 50,000 and it blew my mind. I didn't record the 100,000 one yet. I probably should, but and I thought like this is never gonna happen. Not like I was down on myself, but I was like, are there this many people that are interested in this niche? And I guess there are. So thank you so much for being here. So I appreciate it. Yeah, that's it. I should have prepared a little bit more, but anyways, the thing we usually do is hop into voice chat. So if you're on our Discord, absolutely join in the voice chat. I'm gonna be there in a couple of minutes. I've been titling it the after party, but I'm gonna jump in there in about 2 minutes after I get a drink. The channel that most people learn are Azeroth. I'll pop in there, but again, I do have to cut that even short because I went a little longer here. And then my wife and I are going out to, celebrate the 100K. We finally have some time to celebrate, so we're going to do that. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the subs. Thank you for the hype train. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the follows. It's pretty awesome and incredible, so I really appreciate it. If you need me, you can absolutely ping me on Discord, ping me on Twitter, ping me wherever, and I'll try to respond the best I can. So I'll get to it eventually. Yeah, all right. We're going back to dark mode on the way out. I like it. Thank you so much. And if you guys have, again, any questions, ping me. Thank you so much for being here. If you need me, ping me. I said that 5 times now. But yeah, thank you. I like don't want it to end, but yeah, thank you so much for being here with me. If you have any questions, what am I going to say? Ping me. But have a great rest of the weekend. I'll have something out for you hopefully this week. Definitely I'll be here next Saturday. Do have a kid's birthday party to go to, but I think I can still swing it. I'll let you know on Discord otherwise. Nagulia, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. But yeah, until then, be good to each other. Take care, folks.